There are hidden rules of attraction in America that most men never learn, and the crazy part is that nobody actually teaches them. You just grow up thinking attraction is about looks, being charming, or saying the perfect line. But the older you get, the more you realize something feels off. You meet women who say they want a confident man, but the way they react doesn't always match what they say. You try harder, but trying harder doesn't seem to work. And that leaves a lot of men confused, frustrated, or thinking something is wrong with them. So let me ask you something real. What if the respect you want from women has nothing to do with being the best-looking guy in the room, or having the perfect personality, and everything to do with how you control yourself? Your reactions, your emotions, your pace, your tone, your decisions. What if the thing women respond to most is your ability to stay grounded, steady, and centered when most men fold or overreact? Because whether they say it out loud or not, women notice everything. And self-control stands out instantly. Maybe you've been in this situation before. You're talking to a woman, you're being respectful, polite, genuinely interested. You're trying to show you're a good guy, someone worth getting to know. But as the conversation goes on, something feels off. She's not cold, but she's not warmed up either. She's friendly because that's her personality, not because she's actually drawn to you. She laughs a little. She listens. She responds, but there's no spark, no shift in her body language. No moment where you feel her energy change. She's kind but distant, present but not invested, respectful but not impressed. And when it's over, you're left walking away thinking, what am I missing? What did I do wrong? Why wasn't that enough? This is where most men in America get stuck. They assume attraction works like a performance, that the more effort you put in, the stronger the outcome you'll get. So they start pushing harder without realizing it. More talking to fill silence. More explaining to prove they're a good guy. More compliments to show interest. More stories to seem impressive. But here's the truth most men don't realize. Attraction, especially a woman's respect, isn't created by piling on more effort. It comes from doing less, but doing it with purpose. It's your tone, your calmness, your timing, your boundaries, your presence. It's the quiet things, not the loud things. Women don't respect the man who tries to prove himself. They respect the man who moves with intention and doesn't need to. Here are the 10 Stoic mindset tools women respect instantly. These aren't tricks or tactics. They're behaviors rooted in emotional control, self-possession, and presence, qualities that stand out immediately because most men don't practice them consistently. 1. Calmness under pressure. Calmness is one of the strongest signals of maturity. Marcus Aurelius taught that when a man can't control his emotions, he becomes controlled by everything around him, people, situations, even random comments. Women pick up on this fast. If a small inconvenience throws you off, or you get irritated easily, it creates instability. But when you stay grounded, steady, and composed even when things don't go your way, you project reliability. Women feel safer around that energy, and safety is a foundation for respect. 2. The pause. Most men react immediately when they feel challenged, misunderstood, or judged. They defend themselves, over-explain, or try to fix the situation too quickly. Stoic men do the opposite. They pause. One breath. One moment. That pause communicates confidence, intention, and emotional clarity. It tells her you're not controlled by impulse. You're choosing your response. That's attractive because it shows you're not led by anxiety or insecurity. 3. Selective attention. Your attention is the most valuable thing you can give, and women feel the difference between attention freely given and attention they've actually earned. When you're not desperate to be liked, and you don't chase every woman's approval, your presence becomes meaningful. Selective attention communicates, I choose where I invest my energy, and that automatically raises your perceived value. In American dating especially, this stands out. 4. Clear boundaries. Most men avoid boundaries because they're afraid of coming off as rude or difficult. But boundaries aren't walls, they're clarity. Stoics honor their principles, their time, and their internal peace. Women respect men who calmly express what's okay and what isn't, how you expect to be spoken to, what behavior you won't tolerate, what your priorities are. You don't need to raise your voice or justify yourself. Calm firmness is enough, and it earns instant respect. 5. Emotional neutrality. Neutrality doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're not emotionally yanked around by external noise. Compliments don't inflate you. Criticism doesn't crush you. You stay centered. Women see neutrality as emotional strength. It shows you don't fall apart when something goes wrong, and you don't get overly excited just because someone shows interest. It signals stability, and stability is attractive. 6. Purpose over pursuit. When your life revolves around chasing women, your energy becomes weak and ungrounded. Epictetus taught that your focus should stay on what's in your control, your purpose, goals, and responsibilities. When your mission comes first, everything else aligns naturally. Women respect men who have direction because purpose creates gravity. You become someone worth respecting, not someone seeking approval. 7. Silent confidence. Confidence doesn't need a volume button. In America especially, a lot of men try to prove themselves through loudness, bragging, or trying to dominate conversations. Silent confidence is the opposite. It's steady eye contact, controlled tone, relaxed body language, and certainty without bragging. A man who doesn't need to announce his worth shows he already knows it. That's rare, and women notice immediately. 8. Non-reactivity to tests. Women test, often unintentionally, to see if you're emotionally stable. These tests might be a sarcastic comment, a small criticism, or a slight push to see if you'll lose your composure. A Stoic man doesn't take it personally. He stays grounded. Non-reactivity shows strength. It shows she can't easily knock you off balance. That's a powerful signal. 9. Self-governed emotions. Life hits you with things you can't control. Delayed texts, last-minute plan changes, a cold reply, a stressful moment. If your mood swings wildly because of these small things, it makes you unpredictable. Women respect men who govern their emotions instead of letting emotions govern their behavior. It creates an atmosphere of reliability and strength. 10. Emotional minimalism. This doesn't mean being silent. It means speaking with intention. No rambling. No over-explaining. No nervous talking. When you speak clearly, directly, and without filler, your words have weight. Women respect men who don't need to talk endlessly to be understood. Emotional minimalism shows clarity, control, and confidence. Here's how you actually apply this today in a way you can feel immediately, not next month, not after reading 5 books, but right now. Step 1. Slow your responses by 2 seconds. Most men respond too fast because they're nervous, trying to keep the conversation alive, or afraid of awkward silence. That speed makes you come across as unsure, reactive, or overly eager. When you slow your response down by even 2 seconds, you create a sense of intention. You show that you think before you speak. It projects control, stability, and calm authority. People listen more when you speak from a grounded place, and women feel the difference instantly. Step 2. Choose one boundary and enforce it calmly. Pick one simple boundary you've been avoiding. Maybe it's someone speaking to you disrespectfully. Maybe it's someone constantly changing plans last minute. Maybe it's someone taking advantage of your time. Choose one and enforce it calmly. No anger. No giving a long speech. No justifying why your boundary matters. Just a clear, steady line. This teaches your mind that your peace matters and shows others you're not someone who can be moved around emotionally. Step 3. Cut your verbal filler by 30%. Most guys talk too much when they're nervous. They over-explain, ramble, or fill in silence because they're scared silence will kill attraction. In reality, silence builds presence. When you cut your verbal filler, long rambling sentences, you automatically sound more confident and more certain. Shorter sentences hit harder. Clear speech registers as authority. Women listen to you differently when you communicate with precision instead of noise. Step 4. Anchor yourself with one Stoic habit. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. Start with one habit that builds internal stability. Morning stillness. Sit quietly for a few minutes before the chaos of the day. Evening reflection. Ask yourself what triggered you and why. Writing down triggers. Get them out of your head and onto paper. Practicing detachment. Remind yourself that not everything deserves a reaction. These small actions don't make you robotic. They make you centered. They build a kind of emotional muscle memory. And over time, they form a new identity one women can recognize instantly, even before you speak. When you adopt these tools, something shifts inside you. You're no longer operating from insecurity or pressure. You stop chasing respect. You stop trying to convince anyone of your worth. And without even trying, you start commanding the respect you wanted all along. Why? Because you're not reacting to every mood, every tone, every comment, every unpredictable moment. You're not pulled around by impulses or emotions. You're guided by principles. You're guided by your own standards. And that's the kind of man women in America deeply respect. A man who's calm under pressure. A man who's grounded and steady. A man who moves with purpose instead of panic. A man who leads his life from the inside out, not the other way around. This doesn't make you cold. It makes you centered. It doesn't make you distant. It makes you stable. And stability is incredibly attractive. If this helped you understand attraction through a Stoic lens, make sure you subscribe for more daily mindset lessons. This channel is built for people who want emotional control, stronger presence, and a clearer inner world. And tell me in the comments, which Stoic tool are you focusing on this week? The one you choose today can shape who you become tomorrow. Master yourself, and everything else follows.